Hi, my name is Qlehd Guiwa. I am the current youth and young adults pastor, and I also work with the social media team here at church. And I first came to LA first when Pastor Jeff invited me to become an intern to help out with the youth and young adults. Tithing is important because it allows us to honor God with the first fruits of our labor and work. At the end of the day, everything comes from God. And so tithing is only a way for us to really give back to what is His. It's a way for us to show our love and respect and obedience for Him. Tithing has benefited me in so many ways. I'm still a student, and even when I worked a few years back, tithing was something that I knew had to be very integral in my everyday life. I knew that I had to recognize what was the most important thing in my life. There's a verse in Matthew, parts of the Sermon of the Mount, where Jesus says that for where your heart is, there your treasure is, or for where your treasure is, there your heart is. And I think that just shows how Jesus really kind of challenges us that if our heart is in our monies and the circumstances that we're using it to pay for all these things, and we don't give it back to Him, to the things that matters to His kingdom, then I think we're missing the point of what it really means to store treasures in heaven. And I think that storing treasures in heaven isn't something like you're building a mansion in heaven, but it's simply investing in the kingdom here on earth, like the kingdom work here on earth. And that kingdom work is done at the church, and the church doesn't just happen by magic. A lot of it really is financed by the faithful tithers that goes to the church. And so if you really want to kind of look deep within your heart what it means to store treasures in heaven, it's to really tithe and to give back to the church, because that's where a lot of kingdom work is happening. Personally, in my life, the Lord has been very faithful to me in my finances. I mean, I'm not necessarily working a full-time job right now as a student, but the Lord has provided in me for my car, my housing, for food, and I haven't had anything lacked in my life. And that's because of God's faithfulness in my own life. So, even if you have $1, and even if from that dollar you only give 10 cents, that's all that matters, because what matters is the heart that you have to sacrifice that 10 cents, even if you only have 90 cents left. What God is looking for at the end of the day is your heart to obey Him, your heart to give back to Him what is His, and to be a faithful and obedient child of His. And so tithe and test God to see like what He will give back to you, and even more so how your hearts and lives will be changed, because that's God's job. That's how God works, is that when you're obedient to Him, your lives are forever changed.